Hey guys, we're back in Destiny 2. We've got another Prismatic Warlock build for you. This one's a lot of fun. This is going to be the Triple Turret build. This one's going to be using the Getaway Artist. As you can see, we don't actually have an exotic equipped here at the moment, so that means you can sub any of these out for an exotic if you really want to. So we are going to be going the Bleak Watcher and the Hellion together. Now we're going to be pairing that with Storm Grenade, so we can consume that for our Arc Buddy. We're going Arcane Needle, Balance Glide. Now, I've got Phoenix Dive on here. If you're going to be doing group activities, you can do Healing Rift, but this one has a shorter cooldown, so it's going to enable your Helion to come back a lot quicker. Now, the fragments here, you can mix them up if you really want to. I've got this one for Radiant. This one for the bonus Darkness Transcendence Energy. This one for Grenade and Melee Energy. This one, because we've got the Needle Storm equipped, this is going to give us Woven Mail when we pick up an orb. Here we've got this one for the damage resistance. And over here we've got the class ability regeneration. Now you can mix these up if you really want to do something else with the fragments, but I found this way is really strong. Okay, so what are we doing with the gear here? We have the Call as our sidearm, our rocket sidearm here. I really like this thing. This thing's really, really strong. This thing will build Darkness Transcendence energy for you really, really quickly. I've got this fun roll here, Beacon Rounds with Golden Tricorn. So this is going to give us a lot of damage. This one is going to enable tracking. I've just got Implosion Rounds and Quick Launch on it. It's not necessarily the best roll ever, but I've got Velocity and I've just put a backup mag in here. This thing is really, really strong. This is a really powerful weapon. It pairs really, really well with this build. Now, I've got the No Hesitation on. I really like this thing. You could sub this out for something else. I find it to be really, really fun with Incandescent and Physic Enhanced. If you're going to be running solo activities, you could swap this out for something else because you're not going to be able to proc it. But now I've just got my trusty Apex down here with bipod reconstruction. This thing is hilarious. You can load up 4 rockets in this thing and you can just boom spam rockets. It's really, really fun. You can sub this out for a bait and switch one if you really want, or something like a grenade launcher. That's up to you. In terms of the mods, we're just doing some pretty basic stuff here. We've got Strand Siphon for well, it's Harmonic Siphon, but it's Strand Siphon for making orbs and Heavy Ammo Finder. This is our Getaway Artist. On here we've put Focusing Strike to get our class ability back faster, as well as Bolstering Detonation for more class ability. We're just trying to get that class ability back quickly so we can spam Helion and have it up all the time. Here we're just going to put our resist mods or reserves if you really want to, depending on what you're running. If you're doing higher level activities, stack up the resistance mods there. And down here, nothing special. We're just doing these two for the life regen when we pick up an orb. You can sub one of these out for a scav mod if you want. I've just got insulation here as well for class ability cooldown. Again, you could sub these out for scavs depending what you're doing. Class ability, nothing special. Double bomber. And distribution just for our energy, grenade energy comeback when we pop our class ability. It's a relatively simple setup. I've got 190, 80 for the stat distribution. You want 100 resilience in all PvE activities, realistically. That 30% damage reduction is huge. Recovery, we'd like this up at 100 as well, but one of the selections here we have is a minus recovery one. Which one is it again? Yeah, here. Minus recovery. So that's taken us from 100 down to 90, but that's all right. And we've got 80 discipline on the build. If you're able to get triple hundreds here, then that's obviously going to be, slightly more powerful than what we're running here. So this is a pretty simple build. You dive, use your Phoenix Dive here to get your Helion, then you consume your grenade with Getaway Artist, and it's going to also spew out the Bleak Watcher turret. So you can have 3 turrets going at any time. You can slow and freeze with this, apply Scorched with this, and this Helion does tons of damage as well. And then you have the Arc Buddy on top of that, which is just constantly putting out extra arc damage. And as soon as you consume your grenade with the Getaway Artist, you're actually going to become amplified as well. So you're going to get the amplified buff. And this season in particular, Amplify is going to give you damage resistance as well. Now, obviously, this build is going to work season to season. Obviously, the mods in here are going to change. So depending on which season it is, you might have some different options to go with this build. But I wanted to show that this build can actually work without the seasonal stuff going on. Now, something like Buried Bloodline goes really well with this particular build. I actually don't have it. Haven't had it drop for me yet, unfortunately. Ran, the dungeon a bunch of times, but it just is not dropping for me. So you can sub that in if you want to for this build and switch it up. I really like running the call and no hesitation combo, and it leaves our exotic slot open for a heavy. So if you want to put in, a different heavy option here as an exotic, go for it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really, really fun Warlock build on Prismatic. Let's get into some gameplay clips. If you like the video, consider hitting like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Got a taken blockade ahead.
We're getting an influx of hive back here.
Clear them out. The witness knows there are dissenting voices within it. It'll stop at nothing to keep us from reaching the ritual site.
Over here. Keep moving.
You persist.